Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we got some, we got some PayPal news today. And this PayPal news is more directly towards exactly what's going on here in terms of, I would say, very nefarious behavior by a great deal of them, and it's quite odd. Now, I know that a lot of the far left owns a lot of these things, and the fact that we're trying to fight back in order to be able to own some of the stuff that we once had or lost, or trying to actually get some type of normalcy in terms of sometimes there's a normalcy of not being censored and not being risk of saying something wrong and immediately jailed or killed, etc., which we haven't gone to the death route yet, but it could potentially be coming. And here's what they're having the used to control. PayPal tells users that will fine them $2,500 for misinformation, then backtracks immediately. Next time you're clicking through one of those impossibly long and impenetrable just legal disclaimers to a company's terms of service, it may be time to have a closer look. A new policy in PayPal's fine print triggered a storm of outrage over apparent plans to impose, starting on November 3rd, a hefty fine of $2,500 anytime one of its 429 million consumers and merchants express what the corporate brass deems to be misinformation. PayPal quickly apologized over the weekend for what it called confusion, claiming it was just an error, but not before a deluge of criticism from a number of high-profile individuals, including his own former president, David Marcus. So what David Marcus goes on to say is it's harder for me to openly criticize a company as I used to love and gave so much to, but at PayPal's new AUP goes against everything I believe in. A private company now gets to decide to take your money if you say something they disagree with. Insanity. Yeah, I agree. And this is why people need to stay away from PayPal. Cancel it, move it to something else. I would talk I would talk about alternatives that we could use. And no, we won't be using Venmo for obvious reasons, but there will be alternatives I will mention, and any other alternatives that I can find out about, I will tell you them. I may believe Dick Matterson is making a new form of payment method similar to PayPal, to where you go through them. So I'll keep you on base with that. I think it might be sometime next month it might be released, but still in the works. But yes, there are other ways to not use PayPal. This is insanity by them. But we also should be worried too, because banks have control, and I think a lot of the banks are more of a far left type of wing type of view. Especially what was that? American Express or what have you. That is where those companies are not, I would say, very reliable. But again, we're under the security and threat of the banks, and I don't know if our government will ever attack the banks in particular for wanting to protect our rights. But I mean, I digress. We are under the threat of the banks. Elon Musk, former PayPal exec, led backlash before PayPal abandoned plan to fine users $2,500 for misinformation. PayPal reversed its decision to fine users $2,500 for violating its terms of service after Elon Musk and a former executive led a furious backlash against the move on social media. In a tweet Saturday, former PayPal president Marcus spoke out against a policy first reported by the Daily Wire that would apparently allow the digital payment processor to charge users $2,500 for posting materials that promote misinformation or present at risk to user safety or well-being. Elon Musk, of course, said agreed, which we can also tell in this one here that this is exactly what he said as well. So, what pretty much what's going on here is that the criticism from Marcus and Musk, who was on the board of directors and briefly CEO of PayPal during its early days, were at the front of a fury of backlash to the proposed policy. Get your money out of PayPal right now, venture capitalist Dever Sachs tweeted. Seriously, close your PayPal account immediately if they don't reverse this today, replied Scott Adams, creator of the Dever comic strip. Why would anyone use PayPal ever again? Commentator Conacoto wrote, they have flat out told you they're going to steal your money if you disagree with the regime. The misinformation police are now extending their reach beyond your social media accounts and into your financial accounts. Author and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy wrote. PayPal property isn't protected by Section 230, so it would face legal liability in states with political and non-discrimination statutes. Ramaswamy added later, it's an easier case to make that than against a social media platform. Whaling PayPal reserves the right to take your money if you post a message that PayPal decides misinformation. Former FCC Commissioner Brandon Carr said, this is why it's so vital that state and federal regulators pass laws that prohibit discrimination by tech companies and protect free speech. PayPal Mafia was supposed to be an enduring reference to the company's alum, now not a business plan, Carr added. Sen. Marsha Blackburn hinted a traditional action in reply to the Daily Wire report. PayPal is censoring speech. Blackburn wrote, if you don't listen, they will steal your money. We cannot allow this to happen. So, as you can see, a lot of it coming from people that are getting a backlash here. Now, we also have some information that there's actual truth of this happening. Since, by this guy called King Titan, CDS expert, aka Stephen Patato. I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, brother. I have irrefutable evidence. I don't know why I cannot say that word. PayPal is lying. They say the notice went out in error, but it was uploaded to the website since Tuesday, 27 September 2022, as attended by the archive here. So, he goes on to show that the acceptable use policy, last updated on November 3rd, 2022. You are independently responsible for complying with all applicable laws and all of your actions related to use of your PayPal services, regardless of the purpose of the use. In addition, you must adhere to the terms of this acceptable use policy. Violation of this acceptable use policy constitutes a violation of the PayPal user agreement and may subject you to damages, including liquidated damages of $2,500 per violation, which may be debited directly from your PayPal accounts as outlined in the user agreement. Check out the PayPal user agreement, blah, 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 blah. There is also proof from archive today from Wednesday, 28 September 2022, you see here. So same thing, it's been archived. And then, so there is proof from two archival services that this notice was prepared at least 1 week in advance and was already pre-filled with a date it was prepared to go public. Although it is strange, they wrote last updated on November 3rd, even though it was still September. But wait, there is more! I downloaded the file and checked the metadata. You can see the author is a person named Yuki Lin, and you can see she has been working on this document since 2022-09-2021. So, we see here the author Yuki Lin, and a correct date equals the number here as well. So they have been working on this document for almost 2 weeks before it went public, and it was finalized and setting on their website with the date of the publication already filed in for at least a week. Mistake? You decide. And then it says below is the UT8 map. So, see all this stuff here, what's going on, and I have a new PayPal exclusive evidence. So, there we go. We have all the information that we need here because this is coming from PayPal themselves. And obviously, PayPal apologized for notice saying users could face 25 fines for misinformation. This has been proven. So, it doesn't look like it's doing too great. And then PayPal says policy to fine customers for misinformation was an error. Alright, so there we have it. They say it's an error. I don't think it was an error, because as we see from here, that this guy has actively exposed them, that this was not an error, this was an active thing that they were trying to do. PayPal has actively been trying to do this. And this is the reason why that you should not trust these companies and why you should probably move to other tech stuff. PayPal has been horrible. We've seen what happened to Eric D. July about what PayPal has done to their tablet for his money. So, again, I don't know why people want to really go to these companies and really post all this information. So yeah, Stripe, Square will probably be the best things you can probably go to right now. Some of the alternatives. Now, I won't be posting this into my description because some of these things have some of these websites have for Venmo, and Venmo is also not good either. So we need to avoid all these things. Again, I will be talking more about I'll post more information. You guys can follow me on my locals or on my app or my actual Twitter page, which I don't normally post on there in general. I want to mostly go to locals because that's kind of more important. But again, this type of information is important, and we need to move to other alternatives that we won't be using PayPal. So there you have it. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.